Yeah, so let's go over it once again. Hey everyone, welcome to this live Q&A session. Um, this session I'll be answering every question that you have. Every question that you have, I'll be answering it in this session. And like I said, I have 8 from the poll I did in my community yesterday. I got about 8 questions from there, which I'm going to be touching upon as we proceed. So if you have more questions, don't forget to leave them in the comments in the live chat below. So yeah, this stream is about answering fitness questions, fitness, nutrition, whatever challenges that you're experiencing in your journey. This particular session is designed to answer those questions. So also, if you find, I'm going to encourage you to use the super thanks feature. It's just by the side there, close to the love sign. If you find this live useful or informative enough for you, don't forget to show your support by using the super thanks feature. It's just there below by the right hand side. So I'm going over to the first question now. And it says here, how do you lose weight and maintain it? How do you lose weight and maintain it? Well, that's a very good question. Thank you for it. And this particular question came from Victoria Victor. So please, if for any reason you're not hearing me clearly, please just indicate in the live chat, because my eyes are steady there looking for your comments and your responses as I give you the answers to this question. So how do you lose weight and maintain it? Well, when it comes to losing weight, I think most people have it all wrong. Personally, I feel like losing weight is easier than even adding. Although some people have people that respond to food and exercises differently. But when it comes to losing weight, there's a key factor in losing weight. And what does it mean? What does it mean to lose weight? To cut down body fat. Because the truth is that in as much as losing weight is important, there are people who, no matter how they work out, no matter how they eat, the number on the scale does not change. You understand? So when it comes to losing weight, it's not really the same for everybody, but there's a basic principle, there's a foundation in which you can follow and get some level of results in terms of losing weight. So I'm going to mention some tips to help you lose weight and maintain it. So first of all, we're going to talk about your activity level. Yes. If you are the type who probably you sit down all day, your activity level is very low, you don't move, probably because of the kind of work that you do, you probably sit down in front of the laptop all day. Let me take this down a little. So you probably sit down in front of the laptop all day or at the office from 9 to 5, so you don't usually have any time to walk around. Then losing weight is going to be very, very difficult for you because your body is in a sedentary state. You are not active at all. So if you are intending to lose weight and maintain it, you have to make sure that you are active. What do I mean by active? You have to engage in some sort of physical activity. It could be walking, it could be running, it could be cycling, it could be swimming, it could be weightlifting. You understand? Anything that causes your body to be active, to move, can help you lose weight. But this is tricky because if you are active, if you are physically active, you strength train, you do cardio, and you are not getting enough sleep, then your efforts will be counterproductive. Why? Because physical activity puts strain on the body, physical stress on the body. You understand? And when your body is stressed out, There's what they call there's this hormone they call cortisol. Cortisol hormone is called the stress hormone. When your body is stressed, this hormone rises in your body, and this can cause you to gain weight. That's how your body compensates for handling stress. If you don't manage stress properly, your body compensates by adding weight. So the best thing you can do is when you work out, when you engage in some sort of physical activity that puts strain on your body, you need to get a good amount of sleep. Sleep is non-negotiable. Your body has to rest so that there can be that recovery in between your training sessions. You don't just work out, go to work, eat, then you're getting like 4 or 3 hours of sleep daily. That's not going to work. You end up breaking down eventually. So what I'm trying to say is that in as much as you are physically active, I need you to get a good amount of sleep. That is 7 to 8. Okay, at least 7 hours of sleep, at least, because I know that in this country where we are, Nigeria, you need to be up and doing because you have to make ends meet. But notwithstanding, you cannot put a price on your health, because at the end of the day, that job that you so much like, that also that you feel like you cannot do without, if anything should happen to you physically, then you can't do anything about it. You become useless. You understand me? So it's very, very important to prioritize sleep if your goal is to lose weight. You understand? Exercise and sleep. Last but not the least, I'm going to talk about nutrition, because that is the most important part about losing weight. Exercising is like 20-30% of the whole equation, but what you eat is the most important. So if you are exercising less and eating more, you are definitely going to keep adding weight. You understand me? If you are exercising less and eating more, you are definitely going to keep adding weight. So the idea is, when you exercise, you discipline yourself to eat less. You understand? You discipline yourself to eat less. When you eat less, your body will always try to play tricks on your mind, because you will feel like you are not satisfied. You understand? You always want to eat more. And what your body does is that when you are not okay, when you still feel some level of hunger and the food you eat is not enough, your body taps into your fat storage. You understand? Because ordinarily, when you eat carbohydrates, your body converts it to glucose, then the excess, because your cells need glucose to function. You go into work, walking up and down, your cells are what is functioning, and they need glucose. So when you eat so much, your body takes the glucose that it needs. That is, your body converts the carbohydrates to glucose, which is taken up in your cells. Then the excess is converted to glycogen and stored in your body. You understand? Then there's what we call fat cells too. This glucose also are stored there. So when you eat and you feel like you are hungry, but you are able to discipline yourself to stay longer without food, what your body does is that it taps into your fat storage and begins to break down those fat cells. You understand? It begins to break them down so that your body can metabolize them for your daily activities, for energy, for whatever it is that you need to do. But the moment you are eating more than you are working out, then you are just going in circles. There's no forward progression. So I've mentioned 3 things now. Number 1 is physical activity, which is necessary, because if you don't, just like cars, there's a duration of time that you park a car for, the car will begin to have issue. Even all these cars you see in car stands that they sell them, they go out for drives. They don't just park them there the whole year if they are not sold. They take a time that they take these cars out of the stand, they go for a drive just to keep the car alive. It's the same thing with the human body. The human body was designed to move. So if the human body stays one place for too long, you begin to have issues. So physical activity, Very, very important. You have to move your body. Secondly, a good amount of sleep daily. That is non-negotiable. I know that there are some days where you might not have enough sleep. It's fine. Nobody is perfect. But you don't need to allow those days to be more than the days where you have enough sleep. That's just the trick. That's just the idea. And last, which is the most important, is your nutrition, like I mentioned. You need to eat less than you work if your goal is to lose weight. And that's why I always tell people that there are foods that you eat that keep you for a very, very long time. They keep you full for a very, very long time. When you eat all this junk food, burger, shawarma, pizza, all these things are quick energy, like they are sugar, and the body does not waste time to break down sugar. The body breaks it down, your blood, your body, your cells use them up immediately, and before you know, you are hungry again. You are looking for more sugar to take in, because the one you've taken in, your body has used them up. But if you take carbohydrates that are rich in fiber and starch, these particular components, these particular compounds, they have stronger bonds attaching them, connecting them together, unlike glucose. So before your body breaks them down, it takes a long time. So this keeps you full for a long time. So these are people who are successful in their weight loss journey. They don't eat too much, but whatever they eat keeps them full for a very long time. That is just the secret. There are people that they can eat in the morning and they don't eat again till night. It's not like they don't get hungry. Oh. They get hungry actually, but you who is eating sugar will get hungry faster than those eating fiber. You understand? So you need to prioritize incorporating fiber in your meals. Fiber in your meals if your goal is to lose weight, because this will keep you full for a long time, and your body, of course, your body will be looking for where to get nutrients from for energy, for your daily activity. So this will cause it to tap into your fat cells, your fat reserves, like I said before. So that is it. That is the first question: how to lose weight and maintain it. And of course, we know we might not all have the chance to exercise, because there sometimes you might travel, you might go out of your comfort zone due to life activities and the rest, and you might not have that luxury of going to the gym that was once close to you, or you're not a fan of working out in the house. You definitely have to go to the gym because you need that external motivation. That's all right. You understand? Anything that works for you is fine, but I need to know that even if you are not exercising, if you can go 2 weeks without weight training, maybe just walks, even if you are not exercising, as long as your diet is in check, you are still able to maintain your weight. That is just it. But of course, you can't stay too long without exercising. You have to find a way and put in that work. But regardless of that, if you have to go on a 3-day vacation or 4-day business meeting, you're not even sure if you have the time to exercise, just make sure that your diet is on check, because that is how you maintain your weight. But not when you're not exercising and now you're eating anyhow. Of course, you are going to blow back up. You are just going to increase in weight. So that's just it. So that's the first question out of the way. For those who are new to this live chat, like I said, welcome. Before I go to the second question, if you have any question that you want to ask, please drop them in the live chat below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. Also, if you find this session informative and useful for you, you can use the super thanks feature just by the right, below by the right. You see it, $sign like this. It's a super thanks feature. You can use it to show support if you appreciate or find this live stream useful. So I'm going to go to the second question now. The second one here says, how often do I track my progress? How often do I track my progress? And this question is from Blessing Asako. Yes, that's a very, very good question. Although this can be a bit tricky, because some people are obsessed. Some people become obsessed with tracking their progress, when they don't see any visible or significant change, they become discouraged and they give up. No. If I'm to advise you on how often you should track your progress, I think you should give yourself a week or two. That persons that every day they wake up, they climb the scales. I would like to point out that using the weighing balance is not an accurate measure. It's not an accurate way to measure your progress. Why? Because your body changes, especially for the ladies. Most times you have hormonal imbalance. You understand? This can affect your weight seriously. And for instance, now I've heard someone tell me that okay, they checked their weight today, they were about 85 kg, and they checked in 3 days time, and they were like 90, they were like 89, 90. Meanwhile, in these 3 days, they've been exercising and they've been eating healthy. I'm here to let you know that that does not really matter, because anything you take into your body and goes out has to have weight. If you are on the weight loss journey, of course you are building muscle and you are losing fat. Fat has to weigh something, muscle has to weigh something. So if you are adding muscle and you are losing fat and it looks like your weight is not changing, don't allow it to bother you. Because okay, let's say you have about 10 pounds of fat in your body and you are trying to shred it out, and the best way to shred body fat is to build muscle. So for every 10 pounds of fat that you shred, you are adding 10 pounds of muscle. So it looks like there is a subtraction and an addition. So even when you check the weight, even when you check your weight on the scale, it remains the same. But that does not mean that you are not making progress. You understand? So using the weight balance as a way to check your progress, in my experience and my personal opinion, I can tell you that it is very, very inaccurate. So don't get obsessed about the scale. But there's a good form of measurement for you. Your clothes, the clothes that you wear, they can become tighter or more loose. That is how you know when you are adding or you are gaining. It's as simple as that. So when it comes to how often do I track my progress, give yourself a week, probably every Mondays. Every Monday, if you take your body measurements this Monday, for instance, now tomorrow is Monday, you take your body measurements tomorrow, Monday, and you take the circumference of your arm, the circumference of your hips, your waistline, your abdominal, your midsection, your thighs, and you work out intensively throughout the week. It's okay for you to check your weight again on Monday. It's okay for you to check the same measurements on Monday. You don't need to be tracking your progress every day. If there's anything you need to track every day, it should be what you are eating. You understand? You can track what you are eating every day. You can track the exercises you are doing every day. You understand? But of course, those who have trained with me don't do the same exercise twice in a row. Like, you do the same exercise today, you do the same exercise tomorrow. No. What you do is that you can, if for instance you are doing deadlifts today, before you do deadlift again, might be next week, the same day, like Sunday next week. So it's easier to track your progress that way when it comes to lifting weights. You know that okay, on every week that passes, I'm adding maybe 1 kg to my weight, or I'm adding 2 kg, or I'm adding 5 kg. You are scaling up the weight gradually as the week is progressing, or as the months are progressing. But when it comes to your body measurements, you can track them. You can track your progress in terms of your body measurements on maybe on a weekly basis, or at least 2 weeks, because that is enough time for your body to change. You are giving your body enough time for it to change. 7 days, 14 days, that is 1 week, 2 weeks. But when you are tracking your progress every day, you are going to get discouraged, because changes don't happen like that. They happen on the cellular level. You understand? If you are building muscle, you are losing weight, it happens on a cellular level before it becomes visible to you and everyone else around you. So how often do I track my progress? You can track it on a weekly basis. Your body measurement, your weight, your clothes, the clothes you wore today, the trousers you wore today, you wear them again next week to find out if there's a bit space on the waist, if the thighs are fuller. These are things you need to check. For those who want to grow big arms, the polo that you wear today, next week you can wear them again to find out if they are lapping your biceps. So you don't have to track your progress every day, except you are tracking your meals and your workouts. You understand? And when it comes to tracking your workouts, and not you are recording, not actually tracking, you are recording, in the sense that you did so program today with so number of reps. You write it down. Then next week you do that same program again with so number of reps. Then at the end of the month, you now look at it and say, okay, week 1, week 2, there was improvement in my strength. You understand? Then week 3, okay, I can see the improvement, but that cannot happen within that week. You cannot track it within that week. You have to give yourself time. As long as you're recording it, that's how you follow your progress. You understand? Only your meals that you can track every day, what you eat. There are people who are masters at counting calories, the calories they take in, the calories they take out. That can be very stressful as far as I'm concerned, and it's not sustainable. But there are people who do it. You understand? So that's how you track your meals and everything. So that's the second question that I'm done. I'm going to go over to the third one. I can see that some people are joining us newly. So this session is okay. Whatever challenges that you are experiencing in your fitness journey, we are here to discuss that and help you strive. So if, like I said earlier on, keep tapping the love button at the right hand side below so that YouTube can recommend this live stream for others to watch. So I'm going to go over to the third question now. The third question here says, do you think home workouts are effective in the long run in building muscle mass for people that may not have time to go to the gym? That's a very good question. That's a very good question. Do you think home workouts are effective in the long run in building muscle mass for people that may not have the time to go to the gym? Well, this question is a bit tricky because if you really want to build muscle, if you want to put on mass, you have to lift weights. That's just the truth of the matter. Excuse me, you have to lift weights. I tell people that you don't necessarily need to go to the gym to be fit. You can be fit from the comfort of your home. You understand? You can be fit from the comfort of your home. If you go out, if you run every day for 30 days, you are going to be fit. You can't dispute that. It's undisputed. If you run every day for 30 days, you will definitely be fit because you will build your lungs, you build your heart, you build your legs at the same time. But when it comes to building muscle, putting on mass, your body weight is not enough. And if at all you want to try it, it will take you a very long time to see that significant progress or significant difference from when you started. You understand? So yeah, on the long run, you can, if you are new to exercising, you can start with body weight, push-ups, squats, to build those little resistance and strength. But when it comes to building mass, you need to lift weights and you need to lift heavy. That is the only way to grow. You lift heavy and you eat in that direction, because lifting weights will build muscle generally, but eating, taking in enough calories will make you add. It will increase you in size. You understand? So home workouts, they are effective if you just want to be active, And the truth about it is that if you are good with home workouts, it is always very easy for you to lose fat, body fat. In short, for you to shred down body fat with home workouts. Just like during the pandemic, when the gyms were closed and all that lockdown period, there are a lot of people that maximized the potentials of working out from home. Me, for instance, I didn't have access to the gym, but that did not stop me from doing the exercise, because at some point using your body weight to work out is not as limited as using machines or free weights, because with your body weight you can do so many movements at the same time. You understand? And when you are able to do so many movements at the same time, you are moving at a pace that is high, like high intensity, and that is what you need to shred fat and look toned. You understand? So yeah, there are people who their body respond differently to weightlifting and body weight workouts, but in the whole sense of building muscle mass in the long run, you definitely need to hit the gym. So if for a particular time you had access to the gym, you were lifting weights, you were able to get some level of muscle hypertrophy, and for a period of, let me say, 2 months, 3 months, you did not have that luxury of going to the gym. Yes, you can do home workouts to maintain the muscle you have built already. You understand? Probably in the last 1 year, you've been training in the gym. You've built your biceps, you've built your quads, your thighs, your back muscle. Yes, this can be maintained using just your body weight, but your body weight cannot build this muscle. Your body weight can only build strength. There's a difference between training for strength and training for muscle hypertrophy. Let's just get that right. Training for strength and training for muscle hypertrophy. You can see most of these calisthenic athletes, if you look at them, they don't look very muscular, but they look defined. You can see every single muscle group in their body. That is because they have mastered their body weight. They don't necessarily need to go to the gym. They've used their body weight to build their physique to that extent. But the truth is that they can't get bigger than that. They can't increase in size if they don't push weight. That is just it. So yes, body weight workouts are good because they help you shred faster. They help you get defined faster. But lifting weights will help you build muscle. So that is the third question. I'm going over to the fourth one. So before I go back to the first question, like I said, that some people have joined the live chat newly. Like I said earlier on, this live stream is designed to help you. We are here to discuss whatever challenges it is that you are facing in your fitness journey. So if you have any question that you want to ask, please don't forget to leave them on the live chat. Just drop them below and I will see them and I will respond to them as soon as I can. Also, don't forget to keep tapping the love sign so that YouTube can recommend my videos for other people to watch. So I'm going over to the first question now. After this, we still have 4 more to go. So the first question here says, aside fitness, what is your skincare routine? Okay. I'm going to be very, very honest with you. I don't do any of all those organic bullshit. I don't do any of that. I've always believed that a good and healthy skin starts from within. A good and healthy skin starts from within. So when I see people rubbing all sort of things on their skin, I'm shocked. Like, do you really need to rub all these plenty chemicals on your body because you want to have a clear skin or you want to look good? Well, I'm not here to bash anybody's business. I'm letting you know that for your skin to look good naturally, it all starts from what you eat. You understand me? Of course, you need to oil your skin from time to time. Okay, I think that was a break in transmission. My network. So as I was saying, I was talking about healthy skin. Yeah, talking about healthy skin, and I was saying that as far as I'm concerned, the best skincare routine is what you eat. How often do you stay hydrated? Do you wait till you get thirsty before you drink water? No, it shouldn't be that way. The number one pointer that your body needs to hydrate is the color of your urine. So whenever you go to ease yourself, always look at the color of your urine. If you see that it is pure white, then that is a pointer that you are well hydrated. You understand? But when you see that your urine is getting darker, you can say darker, dark yellow or yellow, it means that your body is lacking water, and you need to drink water ASAP. So don't always wait till you are thirsty before you drink water. You can give yourself every 2 hours, every 2 to 3 hours, you take a glass of water. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should do is take a glass of water. This helps to cleanse your organs. Every toxin in your body is removed once you are well hydrated. Also, when you exercise, you know that when you exercise, you sweat a lot. You sweat. All those, your skin has little pores, like holes in them. So when you sweat, toxins come out. Your body remove waste in forms of sweat out of your body. So if you don't have the habit of drinking water, then it's something you should start working on. Always stay hydrated. This will help keep your skin looking very, very nice. Secondly, fruits and vegetables. Of course, you know the popular saying, you are what you eat. Fruits and vegetable, very, very, very important. In short, anything that comes from the soil, anything that comes from the earth is what you should be eating. This will help rejuvenate your skin and make it look spotless. Then apart from that, if at all I use any other thing on my skin, is this baby oil, Cousins. I don't know if you know about it. I don't have it here, but I would have showed you. Cousins, that is the oil I use. I don't rub anything else apart from that. I don't rub, maybe sometimes I've used Vaseline in the past, but that's because I just want to, oil my skin so it does not become dry and begins to break. So that's very, very important. Oil your skin, but you don't necessarily need to rub all these organic creams, because from what I've seen, in 3 to 4 decades from now, coupled with what people are eating, what people are rubbing, we are going to have a lot of people come down with skin cancer, diabetes, obesity, because you are eating junk and you are rubbing what you don't even know on your skin, and you are rubbing this for a very, very long time. When something wants to happen to somebody health-wise, it doesn't just happen at once. There is a process it has gone through, a duration, so it has accumulated over time. Same thing with weight gain. You don't just gain weight in one day. People who are obese, who are very, very fat, it took them years to get to that point. It didn't just happen in 1 month or in 2 months. So it's an accumulative factor. Same thing with what you eat, or with your skin rather, or what you are rubbing on your skin. So you need to be very, very careful what you are rubbing on your skin in the name of skincare. There's nothing that beats being hydrated and eating properly. These are the things that your skin needs to look very, very healthy and refreshed. So I'm going over to the 5th question. That's it. That's my skincare routine. Drink water, stay hydrated. Just stay hydrated. Eat lots of fruits, eat lots of vegetable. Then of course, there's protein, because every day your skin cells die. Every day your skin cells die. And the best thing for you to do is to get new ones. To get the new ones to come out very fast and healthy, you need protein. What are proteins for? To repair cells. So don't forget your proteins. Vegetable, fruits, proteins, and stay hydrated. These are my skincare routine. Every other thing is just, like I said, the baby oil is just to oil, to prevent dryness of the skin. So I'm going over to the 6th question. This one says, how many days in a week do you rest? How many days in a week do you rest? I train 5 times in a week, weightlifting 5 times in a week. And I give myself like, if I train for 3 days or 4 days, I rest, train for another 2 or 3 days, train for another 2 days, then rest. So basically, I have like 2 rest days in a week. The first one is what I call the active rest day. When I say active rest day, what I mean is that I engage in some sort of recreational activity. Maybe I might go for a run, because ordinarily my goal, my fitness goal, is to become bigger in size. So I can't afford to be running every day. If not, I'm just going to maintain the way I am. So the days where I know I'm not weightlifting or doing strength training, I still try to be active by doing recreational activity. Like I just said, either I go for a run, I swim, or I stretch. This is what I do on my active rest day. You understand? That's the first one. Then the second rest day, I like to call it passive rest day, which means I do nothing, basically nothing. I just eat, sleep, wake up, eat, sleep, because your body needs that one day where you don't do anything at all to recharge and recover. You understand? You don't have to be. I know people will start working out and they get so addicted to the gym that they cannot stay away from the gym. They basically go to the gym 6 times in a week or even 7. You know, it's not like the addiction is bad though. I'm just saying that your body needs that time to adjust, rest, recover. Because if you don't rest, your chances of getting injury is very, very, very high. So your body needs that time to rest. So me, I take 2 in a week rather. One is the active rest day where I go for the recreational activities, swimming, running, stretching, anything that will just take me out of the regular weightlifting and high intensive exercises. Then the second rest day, I basically just eat, sleep, probably meal prep, because there's time. Eat, sleep, meal prep, eat, sleep, wake up, do anything that is not physically, that does not have to be physical. Go out, hang out with friends, all those kind of social endeavors and the rest. So that's the 6th question. So we have 2 more questions. 2 more. And I would like to touch this one. Which says, with the seemingly high cost of living in Nigeria today, what are the tips you can give to fitness enthusiasts to stay healthy on a budget without breaking the bank? This is a good one because times are hard. Times are really hard at the moment. So I'm going to go over this question again. With the seemingly high cost of living in Nigeria today, what are the tips you can give to a fitness enthusiast to stay healthy on a budget without breaking the bank? First of all, let's highlight what staying healthy means. You understand? What does staying healthy mean? Because staying healthy is not just about exercises. It's not just about eating the right food. It's a holistic approach to wellness, staying healthy, which means your physical health is concerned, your mental health is concerned, your social health is concerned. You understand? Then not to talk of spiritual, financial, and all those things. These are all parts of being healthy, because if you are lacking in one aspect, that negativity from that aspect can spill over and affect other aspects. So in whatever it is that you are doing, you need to find a balance. So in terms of staying healthy, in terms of, let me start with nutrition, eating healthy. The truth is that things are expensive now, very, very expensive. Before, if you go to a restaurant or an eatery with 2.5, that is in Nigeria, with 2.5, with 3,000 naira, you can eat to your fill. You understand me? You can eat to your fill. But right now, if you are not spending anything less. If you're not spending anything less than 7,000, 8,000, then you have not eaten anything at all. You have not eaten anything at all, because things are expensive, like I said. So for you to eat out every day, then it must mean that you actually have enough money in the bank. But if you are eating on a budget, if you are trying to stay healthy on a budget, my dear, you have to start cooking at home. That is my first advice, my first tip for you. Remove yourself from that fast life of eating out. Try and cook your meals at home. 8 to 10,000 naira will get you a plate of balanced diet in an eatery, but that can put food on your table at home for 3-4 days. I don't know if you understand where I'm coming from. Prioritize eating at home. Cook in your house and eat. If you are trying to stay healthy, eat healthy on a budget. Don't be eating outside, because it's not sustainable. The money that you spend to eat 1 square meal outside can cater for your meals when you cook at home for 3-4 days. And I mean, that's a big win for you. You get to save money and you still get to eat to your fill. Because there's some kind of places you go to, 10,000 naira sef cannot satisfy you, cannot satisfy the hunger that you have. So please, the first tip, like I said, is cook your meals at home. Cook your meals at home. Secondly, have a timetable, a food timetable, or a diet plan that you are following. Because one thing that people make mistake with is that there's what they call decision fatigue. Decision fatigue. Whenever you wake up, you're already thinking of, what will I eat today? You know, it can be stressful thinking of what to eat, honestly speaking. Except maybe you have a chef, or you have employed someone who does the thinking for you. Okay, sir, we're eating this. Sir, this is what you're having for dinner today. Sir, this is what you're having for lunch today. Then that's fine. But if it's you yourself and you're trying to see how you can stay healthy, eat healthy on a budget, you need to be following a food timetable or a diet plan. One, this will help get rid of that decision fatigue. The moment you wake up, you already know what is on the list for today. You don't need to rag your brain, start thinking of what do I cook, except you just want something different for that day. But you cannot always want something different every day. You understand? Because it becomes exhausting. It's not sustainable. But every day you wake up, let it be that you look at your plan, or even the previous night, you already know what you are having for breakfast the next morning. So your body will move automatically towards it. There's no, okay, I need to go to the market now, I need to do this now, I need to do that now. No, there's none of that. You understand me? So the third one now is buy in bulk. Whatever it is you are buying, buy in bulk. Because, for instance, now you all know how quickly the price of a bag of rice escalated or skyrocketed in this country. If you are buying anything now, there's a chance that if you buy that thing, if you come back in the evening to buy that same thing, there's a 500 naira addition on it. So it's always good when you buy in bulk, it saves you money. You might feel like buying in bulk is too expensive, but no, it saves you money on the long run. Always buy in bulk. You understand me? And make sure that whatever it is that you are buying, make sure that at the end of the day, you are able to use it before it gets bad. There's no point going to the market and buying all sorts of vegetables and come to keep it, especially if you don't have a fridge. In 3 days, that vegetable will go bad, and you cannot eat that amount of vegetable in 3 days. Of course, too much of everything is, they say eat vegetable, eat fruits, but anything that you take too much becomes bad. Even water, there's what they call water contamination. There's a level you drink water, and before you know, you're having issues with your health. So everything requires moderation. So when I'm saying buy in bulk, buy what you know that before it gets bad, you have already used it. So that is the third advice. The first one is cook your meals at home. Second is follow a food timetable to remove decision fatigue. And the third is buy in bulk, because things are every day, things are adding price every day. Things are adding price every day. Number 4, which might look like luxury, but it is not. It's an investment. Is invest in a fridge. Trust me, fridge might look so expensive right now, but the best thing you can do for yourself is to invest in a fridge. Because when you have a fridge in the house, you can use a whole day and cook your meals for the week. And when you cook like that, you just put it in the fridge, store it. You know that yes, as long as you have constant supply of power, of electricity, you don't have any issue with food. When you go to work, you go to school, you come back, you just remove it from the fridge, put in your microwave, or you warm with your gas. As simple as that. So invest in a fridge. Is something that you'll be grateful for. No matter how expensive you got that fridge, you'll be grateful that you actually did, because it will help you to save. Hello Sarah, welcome. Sorry to cut my message short. If you are here, since you are here now, this particular session is here to help you air out whatever challenges that you are having in your fitness journey. So if you have any question, Sarah, if you have any question, please drop your questions in the live chat and I'll respond to them before this live chat is over. Barbara, I can see your message. Welcome to. Don't forget, you see the love sign. If you look at the right hand side of your screen below, you will see a love sign. Keep tapping it so that YouTube can recommend this live stream for others to watch. So just keep tapping it. There's no problem whether you are late or not. You can still, this video will still be on my platform for you to rewatch even when the live stream has ended. So if you are late, that's fine, that's okay. You can always come back and rewatch it and get the information that you need. You understand? So yes, don't forget, tap the love sign by the side. You see it by the right hand side of your screen, beside the chat, the comment box. Keep tapping it so that YouTube will recommend my videos to other people to watch. So that is it. That is the fourth tip. Invest in a fridge. That's the fourth one. And the fifth one is, there's something that I do. Not necessarily I had to learn this from my parents. It doesn't matter how small it may be. You can have a small garden in your compound. A small where you can just plant water leaf, plant scent leaf. You know, if you have space, you can even plant your fruits. So when you're trying to stay healthy on a budget, you don't necessarily need to go to the market to be buying all these things. When you can just go to your backyard and just take them and cook or eat. It makes things very easy for you. It saves you a lot of money. If you have your own farm, no matter how small it is, just try and, if you have space, if you have a lot of space, then you can even go into agriculture. You can start rearing your own poultry. I have poultry behind my house. 2. So it might not be much, but look at Christmas is coming now. December is here. If you go to buy chicken now in the market, they'll be telling you one is 10,000, one is 12,000, one is 15,000. But me, I've been feeding and rearing this for the past many months, for almost since the first quarter of this year. So December, I'm not going to buy chicken because I already have them. So what I advise you to do is that if you have space in your compound, just grow a small garden. You can plant your water leaf, you can plant your vegetables. If you have space, enough space, you can even plant your fruits. Whenever you need them, you just go plug them and cook and eat. That saves you some money, no matter how little it is. Then also poultry too, goats, all those. If you have space, you can get them and just, before you know, they begin to multiply. It's not like you are doing this for a large scale business, because eventually you might venture into that. But just to stay healthy, eat healthy on a budget, it is imperative that you have a small garden or a small animal farm around you, where you can just go pick something that you need for your protein daily intake, and that goes a long way. Number 6, Always make it a habit of packing a lunch. For those of us that don't work from home, that goes to work, you do a 9 to 5, you cannot cook while you're in the office. So the best thing you can do is get a small plate. You can put your food inside, or a cooler, and take it to work. Always going to buy that amala 400 naira every lunch break. You are doing it for almost 5 days. That is, if you are buying amala every lunch 500 or 1000, in 5 days that is like 5000. So if you are able to take your own meals from the house to work, that has saved you 5000 naira. You see that? So eating on a budget is possible if you are ready to put in the work. That's just it. So you just need to know that there are certain things that will take money away from you, so you avoid them. You avoid them. You become proactive. Like I said, always pack a lunch box. If you are going to work or you are going to school, I know it might look like it is archaic. People don't take lunch boxes again to work, or people don't take lunch boxes to school. But like I said, if you want to eat healthy on a budget, then you should try this. Last but not the least, very very important, although it might not make any sense, but whenever you are going shopping, do not go to the grocery store on an empty stomach. Always make sure that you eat before you go to the market, because if you go to the market hungry, anything you see will be looking like food to you. You end up buying something that you don't need. You understand? You end up buying unnecessary things. But once you are guard, you don't owe yourself, you don't guard position, you don't owe yourself, you don't eat well before you enter market like this. You focus on what is on your list that you're going to go and buy, and it will help you save money, because it prevents you from doing in bulk purchasing. If you know what that means, buy something that you did not plan for. So always make sure that you eat very well before going to the grocery store. It will go a long way. So that is in terms of nutrition, staying fit or staying healthy on a budget. That is in terms of nutrition. And let's go over in terms of physical activity. Gym membership, gym community, all those things. So except your goal is to, like I said, change your body composition, which requires you to lift weights, go heavy. If not, walking is a physical activity that you can do if you don't have time to go to the gym. Running, something that you can do. This can take 30, at most 45 minutes for you to do in a day, and you are done. You understand? And if you feel like, of course, gym membership now are very very expensive. In short, for you to even hire a personal trainer, it's expensive. It might not look like that in this part of the country, but if you go outside, if you just do a research and you see what it is to hire a personal trainer outside in other countries, you will notice that people are actually breaking a bank to do that. But I'm letting you know that now there's a lot of information surrounding everywhere on the internet. Perhaps there's a lot of information, so you don't necessarily need to, if you feel like you need to do some certain things, you need to keep fit, but your budget is not enough, you can start doing home workouts. It goes a long way, trust me. That push-up, you wake up in the morning, you do 100 push-up, you do 100 squats, you do 100 sit-ups. It goes a long way to your physical health, your physical and your mental health. So you don't necessarily need to go bankruptcy because you want to keep fit, because you want to go to the gym. If you can't afford the gym now, there are other things you can do. You can go on YouTube. There are plethora of exercises on the internet. Although we consume so much information now that we don't even know what works. But I can assure you that if you pick a particular routine and stick to it, you don't switch routines up and down. Pick a particular routine and stick to it, you will get the results that you need. You don't necessarily need to break a bank because you want to have gym membership or you want to hire a personal trainer. No, walking, running, hiking, all these things are physical activities that if you can stick to them, if you can be consistent with them, you get the results that you need. You understand? So you don't necessarily need to go above and beyond because you want to just so that is, I think, still on high cost of living in Nigeria today. What are the tips to give fitness enthusiasts to stay healthy on a budget without breaking the bank? I've said this before. In terms of weight loss, you need to get good night's sleep. You need to give yourself good night's sleep. There are people that it's not like they are working at night though. You understand? But they press their phones till 2 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m. Then when they sleep, they wake up at 5 a.m. That is like 4 hours of sleep. You are stressing your body. It might not look like it though, but accumulatively, you will see the effects. When you do this for the next 10 years, sleeping from 2 to 5, that is 3 hours of sleep out of 24 hours. You are stressing your body. So you need to always make sure that you are getting a good night's sleep. It's very, very important. Anything that will make your eyes fixated on a screen at night, try to avoid it. So instead of pressing your phone, you can read a book. This will help for your mental health. You can read a book, you can meditate. You know that you can also connect probably with your spouse or your siblings or your loved one. You don't necessarily have to be pressing your phone, because from morning till that time, especially if you are working class, your mind is busy, your mind is occupied. Then when you come back home, you need to just keep anything that will reduce your screen time is what you should be doing. Reading, meditating, connecting with your spouse, connecting with your loved one, connecting with your family. Just drop your phone, you know. And another thing is that most people find it difficult to sleep because they have so much screen time before bedtime. You should give yourself, if you plan to sleep by 10 p.m., by 9, at most by 9, your phone should be far from you. By 9, your phone should be away from you. You don't need to. There are people that before they sleep, the last thing they see is their phone screen. So they sleep on the phone. They're probably pressing their phone and they just doze off. No, it shouldn't be like that. Honestly, it shouldn't be like that. So always make sure that you are engaging in activity that reduces your screen time before bed, because this will also help you to stay fit on a budget. Stay fit on a budget. Then also, don't neglect your mental well-being. In as much as I've talked about physical activity, which is very, very important, it has a spillover effect on your mental health. Please do not neglect your mental well-being. So engage. You have hobbies that you can do. We all have hobbies. You understand? So everything is not about phone. It's not about watching movie. You understand? Yes, staying fit on a tight budget, instead of hiring a personal trainer or paying outrageous gym membership, you can go on YouTube. Instead of buying a book, instead of going to buy a book, you can go to the library. You can rent books. You understand? You don't necessarily need to do the most expensive thing, because at the end of the day, what matters is the information you are getting from it. But if there is a way that you can do this on a tight budget, why not explore it? It's as simple as that. So I think that is it for staying healthy on a budget without breaking the bank. I've given a few tips in terms of eating healthy and physical activity. So that is the 7th question. I'm going to go over to the last question now. I had to leave this one for the last because it's something that most of us can relate with. Most of us are actually experiencing as I'm speaking to you. This one says, I would like you to talk about the impact your kind of exercise have on people living with PCOS. And this question was from Iba Ahmed. Iba, thank you very much for this question. I know this is something that I've always wanted to talk about. Okay, so I'm going to rephrase the question again, which says, I would like you to talk about the impact your kind of exercise have on people living with PCOS. First of all, let's highlight what PCOS means. Okay, let's start with my kind of exercise. As a coach, I've been training people for about that is since 2019, and this is 20, so this is like 5 years that I've been training people, and mostly I take people on high intensive interval exercises, that is HIIT, HIIT. These are my kind of exercise. Apart from weightlifting, I like to prioritize high intensive interval training in our workout sessions. And for those who have trained with me, they know. So these are my kind of exercises, HIIT. So let's go back to what PCOS means. PCOS, that is polycystic ovary syndrome. Polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. And what does this mean? PCOS is a metabolic disorder that happens a lot in women, especially women of reproductive age, you know, your childbearing age, where you see your period, you ovulate, you give birth, that range. It's a metabolic disorder where you have what they call hormonal imbalance, and this is like the leading cause of infertility in women. What does this mean? There are some women that they have irregular periods. Like, what I mean by irregular period is that they, in a month, they can see their period for a very short time. Ordinarily, if their period is supposed to take like 5 days, 6 days, they see it for just two days. Then we know that a menstrual cycle takes about 28 days or at most 31 days for it to repeat itself again. But these people who have PCOS, they can go as long as 35 days, they've not seen their period. 36 days, they've not seen their period. That is the irregularities I'm talking about. That is one of the characteristics of people that have PCOS. You understand? Yeah, they have their ovaries. Okay, sorry for that network disconnection. If you are still here, please just indicate in the live chat. If you are still with me, indicate in the live chat. Let me know that you are listening to me. Let me know that you are here with me before I proceed. I was talking about PCOS before I got interrupted with the network. So if you are here, please indicate in the live chat. Let me know that you are still with me. Well, this is the last question I'm going to answer for today, so we can call it a day and you can go back to your activities for today. So, okay, I can see you. Onye, I can see you. I hope we are learning a lot from this. So, let me just round this up with the last question. Which is, I'm talking about PCOS. Yes, so talking about the irregularities women face when seeing their periods. And where was I? I don't know, can someone remind me, if you are listening, can you remind me where I stopped? Because I seem to have the disconnection. Okay, I'll just go over it again and summarize from where I started to where I stopped. Talking about PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome, where women have irregular menstruation. So as I was saying, that there are women who they can see their period, instead of seeing it for the normal 5 or 4 days in a month, they see it for just 2 days. And of course, we all know that period takes 28 to 31 days to reoccur. That is the normal cycle. But some of them can take as much as 35 days. They've not seen their period. It's not like they are pregnant though. They are not. It's just the metabolic disorder, the hormonal imbalance that they have. And this is as a result of their ovaries not releasing eggs on time, or the eggs are not even developing. They are not maturing in the follicles of the ovary. And this as a result, when this happens, is usually characterized by high level of androgen. Androgen is a male hormone, just like testosterone. Androgen is a male hormone in the woman reproductive system. But once this hormone is on a high level, it suppresses ovulation. You understand? And this is something that once your ovulation is affected, it can cause you to have weight gain. People with PCOS, it's very, very easy for them to add weight because they always have a large appetite due to hormonal imbalance, mood swings, and the rest. So it's very easy for them to add weight. Ladies with PCOS, men don't experience this because they don't have ovaries, but this particular lesson is for the women. So now that we've established what PCOS is, and let's look at the risks, the complications of PCOS. People with PCOS have a high risk of getting heart disease. You understand? Why? Heart disease, cholesterol abnormalities, because there's a high blood sugar in their body. The sugar level in their body is very, very high, and this is something that can cause what they call insulin resistance. You know what insulin resistance is? Normally when you eat food, you understand, when you eat food, once there's too much, once your body converts the carbohydrate to glucose, and there's a spike in the level of glucose in your body, there's a gland called pancreas. Pancreas secretes insulin. This insulin is what helps your body to regulate blood sugar. Women with PCOS usually have insulin resistance, in the sense that their insulin don't respond with the high blood sugar that they have. Their insulin is not able to regulate blood sugar, so their blood sugar level keeps rising, and that's why they gain weight so easily, because they keep eating, large appetite, they keep eating, and they keep adding weight. So this is one thing people with PCOS struggle with. And apart from that, you can see some of them, when you see a woman that has facial hairs, probably you see hair here by her cleavage or her jaw, or you see some acne on her face, this is something that can point to the fact that she probably has PCOS. That's because of the high level of the male testosterone. Of course, facial hairs are for men, you understand, but once a woman is having facial hairs, then you need to know that there's a high level of male hormone, that is the androgen in her system. That's how you know. Then these are the things that happen with people that have PCOS. Number one, insulin resistance. Their body is not able to regulate blood sugar very well. You understand? Then they also suffer weight gain. It's very easy for them to add weight, because of course hormonal imbalance affects your mood, and that these people, once they have mood swing, once they are sad, they are depressed, they are anxious, because these are things that they deal with on a daily basis. Depression, anxiety, you understand, mood swing. They tend to eat extra to compensate. When people say, I'm not feeling too well, or I'm not happy, the next thing their mind tells them is go and eat. Once they eat, their mood feels better, or they feel better, their mood changes, they brighten up. But they don't know that as they're eating like that, the body is taking in more glucose, but because the body cannot even utilize the glucose, it is accumulating in the blood, and that is how they add weight. Sometimes, if worst case scenario, they end up with type 2 diabetes. You understand? They end up with type 2 diabetes, and before you know, they're having heart diseases. So these are conditions or complications that can come out as a result of you having polycystic ovary syndrome. But the one thing is that there's no cure for this, and there's no known factor. There's nothing that has been established that causes PCOS. Sometimes it can be hereditary. It's like it's in the family. That's why it's always good to know what diseases runs in the family, or the family you come from. When you know this, you know the kind of lifestyle to live, because most times they say that hereditary might load the gun. People with diabetes, it's because they have it in their family. there's a diabetes, type 2 diabetes, diabetes mellitus, diabetes insipidus, all these things is probably in the family, like generational, from the first generation like that to your own generation. But when you know this, it will help you make healthier decision, because like I said, hereditary loads the gun, but it is your lifestyle that will shoot it. So when you know that, when you have an idea that diabetes runs in my family, you should not be careless with your health. You don't go around eating junk food, eating sugar, eating all those things, because at the end of the day, you might feel like you are enjoying yourself now. It looks like, I don't learn, everything is going well. Craving, that is the word now. Craving. I'm craving this, I'm craving that. But when you do this consistently for 2-3 decades, and there's an established fact that there's diabetes in your family, the possibility of you coming down with it is very, very high, because your lifestyle for the last 30 years has been eating junk food, eating food that increases your blood sugar level. So it's always good to know the kind of diseases that runs in your family. This will help you to trade carefully on the kind of lifestyle you are living, because it looks like when you are young, your organs are working very well, but as you get older, your organ function begin to decline. If your kidneys, your pancreas were working at 100% when you were 20, 30, at 50, 60, they'll be working at 60%, 70%. So you can't afford to, if the way you lay your bed in your youthful years is not good, it will surely affect you when you're much older, because your body now your body is not strong or young enough to take the pressure that comes from those food that you have been eating. So it's always good to, have a balance. It's good to enjoy yourself. You understand? It's good to enjoy yourself, eat what you like. But at the end of the day, everything that is done should be done in moderation. So now let's go to, the main question here was, how does my exercise impact those with PCOS? Like I've mentioned, I prioritize high intensive interval training. That's what I prioritize. So if you have PCOS, or you think you might have, due to these signs I've mentioned, irregular periods, excessive facial hairs, acne, sometimes you can even start to get bare hair, you can go bald. These are signs that you probably might have PCOS. You understand? So HIIT, is important because your cells need energy to be active. Your cells need energy to move. So when you are doing an exercise that is very strenuous, like high intensity, you are activating your cells. You understand me? You are activating and this will cause your body, your pancreas, to secrete insulin, in the sense that it will help you to regulate your blood sugar. You understand me? It will help you, unlike when you are inactive, you are just sedentary. You go to work, sit down all day, come back, sleep, snore, the next day the same routine, no form of physical activity. You are just setting up yourself for destruction. But the moment you start to engage high intensive exercises, it is easy for your body to regulate those hormones that are imbalanced in the first place, as someone that has PCOS. So it's very, very important, very, 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 very important for you to do high intensive interval training. It's undisputed. You understand me? It's undisputed. You need to incorporate this in your daily routine. PCOS, you need to incorporate this in your daily routine. And what this does is that, of course, you know that people with PCOS, they have insulin resistance. When you do high intensive interval training, it improves your insulin sensitivity, which means your body is able to your cells is able to take up glucose and use, because like I said, your cells need energy. So when you are forcing yourself to do high intensity exercises, your cells have no choice. Your cells have no choice. They just have to take in the glucose from your blood that has been accumulating in your blood. They have to take it in and use for energy, so that you too can move. You understand? But if you feel like you don't need exercise, the blood sugar keeps accumulating, keeps rising, and before you know, you are in a point where you start managing your health. Because you see, diabetes, there's no cure for diabetes. Once you have crossed that line, you can't cross it back. Once you have just put one leg above, you have been diagnosed of type 2 diabetes, there's no coming back from it. That is just life. So before you allow yourself get there, please take your physical health very, very seriously. Secondly, the second effect my kind of exercises have on people with PCOS is weight management and fat loss. Of course, when you do HIIT, when you do HIIT, it is effective for burning body fat. Heat is effective for burning body. And you know the good thing about it? Even when you have finished a session, even when you are resting, your body is still burning calories. That's what they call EPOC. EPOC, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. It is an after effect in the sense that you finish doing high intensive exercise for about 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you are resting. Even when you are resting, your basal metabolic rate is still high. Your body is burning calories even at a resting state. That is one benefit my type of exercises have on those with PCOS. Then also hormonal regulation. If you lift weights, you strength train, you lift weights, this will help to regulate and reduce the level of androgen in your cells. You understand? Reduce the level of androgen, that male hormone that is making you have facial hairs, beards, hairs on your cleavage, yeah? Even baldness. Once you strength train 2 to 3 times in a week, it will help you to regulate these hormones, and before you know it improves these areas in your body. Then your cardio health. Of course, you know that when you have too much blood sugar in your system, your risk of coming down with diabetes is very, very high. Very, very high. So when you are doing high intensive exercise, it helps to regulate, it helps to improve your cardiovascular fitness. So all those storage of cholesterol that can cause heart diseases, your body burns it out. You know, your body just burns it out. So at some point, your lungs free, because when you are doing HIIT, your heart is pumping more blood. You are training your heart muscle. So there's no point, there's no way any heart disease can come and hide in your body. There is no way. So doing HIIT as someone with PCOS helps to improve your cardiovascular health. Then of course, your mood and your mental health benefits. Like I mentioned before, people with PCOS, they tend to struggle with anxiety, depression, and mood swing. But when you exercise, we all know that there is this hormone called endorphins. It's called the happy hormone. Once you exercise, your body releases it and you become happy for no reason, for absolutely no reason, just because you exercise. So doing HIIT can help to improve your mood, can help you fight depression, can help you fight anxiety, and put you in a better mental state of mind. So I think that covers it for all the 8 questions that were asked on my community poll from yesterday. I don't know if if there's any question you want to ask going forward, please, before I end the live, you can just comment. You can drop them on the live chat before I end the live. You can drop on the live chat. Let me know. I'll be waiting. I'll take the next 2 to 3 minutes to wait and answer any question that you might have. Don't forget, if you found this live stream very, very useful or informative to you, please, you can use the super thanks feature at the right hand side below to show support and encourage me so I can keep doing this, because this is something that I want to explore every Sunday. We're going to cover a variety of topics. You understand? A variety of topics. So if you find this very informative, and if you, of course, like I said, if you have any question, please don't forget to use the next 2 to 3 minutes to wait for your questions. Leave them on the live chat so I can respond to them before we shut down for today. For those who are new here, this session is I established this session so we can have a live chat, we can talk to each other, and if there's anything that you are experiencing in your fitness journey, any challenges, you can put them down here, and I'll just see how I can give you a solution, a tip or an advice that can help you circumvent that bottleneck to the best of your ability. So we have just a minute left. If you have any other question, please, you can comment it at the live chat below so I can respond to them. Meanwhile, I think if that's all for now, please don't forget to like this stream. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please do that, because more of this will be coming your way. We spent about 1 hour 30 minutes doing this. I know it has taken a long time. Probably this is my first live session. Subsequently, we're going to have shorter live sessions. So I'll try to cover topics briefly to give room for others and also allow you to go about your daily activities. So if you are enjoying this so far, please tap the love button, keep tapping it, as it's going to help my channel. And if you are new here, like I said earlier on, please subscribe, as it will also help my channel. So I think that's it. That is 1 minute over. And okay, I can see someone is actually typing the love. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. And since we are done here, I want to use this opportunity to thank everyone who came to my live session. Here to chat with me. I really, really appreciate it, the support, and I look forward to more live sessions with you. And I'm going to do more polls, so don't forget to drop your questions on those polls so that when I come online here, I just answer them, and that's it. So once again, my name is Samuel Asukwo. I'm a certified fitness trainer and also an aspiring life coach, and I'm going to get there eventually. But for now, thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next live stream. Peace out. UD, okay, I think this question, I want to build more thigh muscle. What exercise do I add to my weekly routine? I'm already concluding the live session for today. So I'm going to write this question down, and I'll make sure to answer them in my next live session. So let me write it down so I don't forget. I want to build more thigh muscles. What exercise do I add to my weekly routine? So UD, thank you very much for this question, but unfortunately we have been here for about 90 minutes and I'm about to shut down the live stream. But unfailingly, my live session next Sunday, I'm going to answer this question. So don't forget to tune in, tap in. You can subscribe to my channel so you can stay updated with any updates. You can stay updated with any changes that comes before then, and I'll let you know. So thank you for coming to my live, and enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the weekend and have a nice evening. Peace out.